Hi everybody, Ian here at AbelCine Tech in Burbank, and today we're going to look at the TV Logic VFM-056WP LCD. This is a 5.6-inch LCD monitor with a resolution of 1280 by 800. It has the typical inputs you'd expect, as composite component, HDSDI with loop through. But one of the remarkable things about this monitor is that it takes in an HDMI signal and converts it to an HDSDI signal. This is really handy for HDSLR people because now we don't need a converter box. We don't need the real estate for it, and we don't need the power for it. So it really streamlines the operation of monitoring with the HDSLR. In addition, it has something called DSLR scaling function. And essentially what this means is that this is a 5D that I have here, and in its idle position, it's in 1920 by 1080. I'm gonna hit the record button. It's gonna upscale, and you're gonna see that the picture is actually a little bit bigger than what I started with. Now, typically we're used to starting with a large picture and going to a smaller picture with the 5D. So the scaling function helps us maintain a bigger picture. Really nice picture quality on the monitor as well. In terms of the physical layout of the monitor, it's a half pound, or just a little over half a pound, so it weighs practically nothing. It has quarter 20 tapped holes on every side of the monitor, so no matter how you rig this thing, there's a way to tie into it. It has a jog wheel with a click stop, so you can go in and change your brightness, chroma, aperture, and there's also a volume control on here. The playback can be heard through a speaker right here, or you can go through headphones on the side. And just above there, you're going to see an input. It says program, and what this is a input for firmware updates from TV Logic. This is going to be an accessory cable that can be purchased separately. In addition to the scaling and the conversion of the signal, the monitor also has a waveform and a vector scope. So you have a lot of control over your image and a lot of ways to monitor the image. In addition to that, it also has a focus enhancement, and it also has an aperture control on our aperture system that allows you to monitor your exposure to make sure that you're staying within proper exposure parameters. The back of the monitor has two buttons, one for your functions and one for your menus. If I push the function button quickly, it's going to go back to the setting that I have put into this. So actually what I've put in here right now is a scaling for playback and a scaling for record. If I hold in on that button for a moment, you're going to see that I get a pull down menu at the top here, and that allows me to go in and change what function I want to see quickly. So basically what it allows you to do is go in and change something very quickly on the fly without having to rifle through all these rather extensive menus that the monitor offers. The same thing is true of the menu button. If I hit the menu once, it drops into its full pull down menu. Now there's 7 menu settings in this with sub-menus on each of those. If I push it again for a moment longer, you'll see it selects what input. So right now, for example, I am inputting the signal to the monitor through the HDMI, and it's telling me that it's 1920 by 1080. So there are ways to set this menu up so you can quickly change your parameters and move along without having to rifle through a bunch of menu settings. In terms of powering, right now I have it hooked up with a power supply, but you also have the ability to go in through a TA4 connector on the back here. And in addition, TV Logic is also making numerous backs that tie into the back of the monitor and allow you to use camcorder batteries. So there's a lot of flexibility built into that. Even with a camcorder battery, this thing is still going to weigh next to nothing. So the TV Logic VFM-056WP, beautiful resolution, nice control over your output of your signals, auto scaling, beautiful monitor. Come by and check it out.